Hi, how are you? Okay, guys, it is 99 degrees right now. Let me tell you, um, there's going to be a lot of drinking water today. Just let that be a reminder that every time I take a sip, it's time for you to take a drink too. Uh, it is so hard to stay as hydrated as you need to stay in this extreme like heat difference. I am home back from California, been here since, well, I guess Tuesday morning because I got home like at 1 in the morning on Tuesday. So I've been home almost a week. It was it was a great experience to see my brother. Um, in like I can't explain it. It was just a really great experience to see him just in his element, just so proud of him. So on Tuesday when I woke up, I couldn't do it. I could not function. There was absolutely no way on earth that I was going to be able to get through the day. So I had to call out and then I pretty much slept. Then I had to get up early on Wednesday morning and I started the depot shot. Um, I don't know if I went over that, but the whole PCOS thing is really new to me. The whole like needing iron infusions because it's super low deal is all really, really super new to me. I just know that the number one thing that they are trying to control right now is my um they're trying to get my bleeding under control so that my iron levels have a chance to just catch up. So we went with the option that would have the fastest chance of working and the quickest chance of working, which was depot. My injection was ready on Tuesday, which was the next day, and I had to work because it I got the notification about 4 o'clock. There was no way I was going to be off of work in time to go get it. So David went and got it for me. Um, the doctor wrote the prescription, sent it to the pharmacy, told me to pick it up and hold on to it until I came back to the doctor the Wednesday after I got back because I did tell them that I was really nervous about um, one of the side effects is spontaneously beginning your period again. And I said, I really just don't want that to happen since I know that as unpredictable as my cycle is, I cannot recall a time where I have started within a week of ending a very lengthy period. So I didn't want that to be an issue while I was traveling. So they said that was fine. Just they gave me another appointment, which would be the Wednesday after I came back to be there at 9:30 in the morning, and they would do the injection. Okay, so we did that. Got it done in my right arm. Then I don't know if you could see, but so it's pretty like it feels ugly, but it doesn't hurt or doesn't itch or anything. It's just unsightly. And I said, okay. I went to the doctor in the morning. I came home and I was so tired. I was so tired. So I called work and they asked if there was any time available. They had a 10 hours, so I was able to use a holiday for that day. Then I went to my PCP and I had blood work done at the OB when I very first went. Um, and they said that my blood glucose was something that I needed to discuss with my doctor. They gave me a copy of the blood work. I took it to the doctor. The doctor said, okay, you are now at 6.6, 6.6 A1C, which is the lowest number that you can have and still be considered diabetic. So I am, so I do have a fresh diagnosis of diabetes. How's it called? Diabetes mellitus 2. Um, and that was hard to swallow. Again, prior to getting COVID in 2021, I, ow, I have never been even pre-diabetic before. Even then, I wasn't pre-diabetic yet. I don't think I started getting pre-diabetic numbers until 2022 or 2023. And it would not be every test. It would be like, I would take a blood test and that one would be normal. The next one, it would be elevated, so I would be in the pre-diabetic, but still in the lower range. And then the next test would be normal. And so the doctor was like, well, until they start coming back steadily, we're gonna just consider it a fluke. Okay. So I had two tests in a row that were pre-diabetic. Um, and then that's when they said, okay, we need to keep an eye on this. And I said, okay. That's when I lost 120 pounds. Well, you guys know because you've been a part of this journey. It's now 120 some odd pounds. And at my size, it's very hard to tell outside of the numbers on the scale and, some certain clothes fitting differently. But you guys know I've been at a standstill for 6 months. And I told you guys 2 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, that I was going to give myself until my birthday. I was going to give myself until my 43rd birthday to say, okay, Delila, you've tried, you've done everything you can. You're not where you need to be. So we need to now go start talking about weight loss surgery. And that is not something I wanted to do. That is not something that I've ever wanted to do. That is not something that I even want to talk about. Like it's not an option for me mentally. But I'm getting to the point where I got to do something. And you guys saw last week's video where I just added another why. I don't want to keep missing out on these life events that I can never get back. Just can't get them back. So when I went to the doctor on Wednesday, she told me that we need to get your weight under control. Your A1C is high, your thyroid is low, your iron is really low, your vitamin D is really low, you're, still suffering from these headaches and these migraines. You now have fibroids, you now have PCOS. You know how hard it's going to be for you to continue to lose weight on your own. That's probably why you've been at a standstill for 6 months. And she told me, I am going to write you a prescription. And if your insurance covers it, I will see you in 1 month. If they do not, I will see you in 2 months and we'll go from there. I said, okay. I didn't know what she was writing. She told me, but honestly, all the things that I was being told and all the things that were going through my head, and I was just like, I couldn't process everything. So she may have told me like the exact name. She may have told me what it was. I don't recall. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't recall. I will tell you that. So when I walked into the doctor's office, when I first got COVID back in 2021, this was also during the time of, I don't know if you remember, but Texas had Snowmageddon. That thing was insane. Like people didn't have power for weeks. Like I didn't have power myself in this house for a week. I got really bad pneumonia. I was told more than once that I was on knocking on death's door. I couldn't breathe. My lungs were not, they were not working at full functioning power. My O2 stats were like somewhere between 40 and 60 on a regular basis. I couldn't function. I couldn't work. I didn't work for 6 full months. And when I got in finally to see the doctor in person, this was the very first time. So this was in 2021, the very beginning of the year. this was the first time that I had ever heard that there were medications for weight loss. Prior to that, there were diet pills, which to me isn't medication for weight loss. It is just diet pills. They're like pretty much legal methamphetamines. They they are an amphetamine, which means that you will test positive in a drug test, and you do need to have a note from your doctor, your pharmacy, or the prescription handy because you will test positive. I've been on everyone you could think of. I've been on phentermine. I've been on phendimetrazine, that are prescriptions from your doctor that, come from the fen. I don't know if you remember fen. I was young when fen was out and everybody was taking it, and people were losing weight, but they were pretty much on crack. Like, but anyways, so she had written me a prescription for, I do not recall if it was um what the name brand was. I just remember that it was $1,800. As soon as I saw the price, I said, "No, no, thank you." I didn't look into it any further. I never even researched it. What did I care? I couldn't afford that. I wasn't going to look into it anymore. Done deal. So I know that you guys have been hearing left and right. You have to be living under a rock to not have heard about these injections that are going around. Hollywood stars and your aunt and uncle and your neighbor are all taking them. There's Ozempic, which is probably the most popular name that people know. Ozempic is for type 2 diabetes, but they had approval by the FDA to be written as prescriptions for weight loss. And so the weight loss name of Ozempic, which is the brand name for diabetes, or diabetes 2, is Wegovy, which both of those medications are semaglutide. They're just under two different brand names, but semaglutide is the like the name of the medication itself. So if you go and you get a pharmacy that can compound them for you, that's what they would compound, semaglutide. There's a new kid on the block called Mounjaro, which is for type 2 diabetes. It is FDA approved as of the end of last year under the name Zepbound. That's for weight loss. And the actual name of the drug is tirzepatide. Very similar medications. They're both GLP-1 medications. So GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor. What this drug does is it helps to reduce body weight, glycemia, blood pressure, something about inflammation, something about cardiovascular events with semaglutide version. With the tirzepatide version, there has not been long enough. It's only been on the market for, I think, 2 years, so it hasn't been out long enough for them to have that recognition yet. There's also some stuff going on with Mounjaro that they say helps with PCOS symptoms. What it helps with, you got me. I don't know. So I went to the doctor. If you have been around long enough, you know that I am a researcher. I research the living daylights out of anything I could possibly research. I don't like to start something unless I researched it. I don't like to do things unless I researched it. I want to know what I'm doing to myself. I want to know what I'm putting into my body. I want to know these things. Whether or not I can do anything about it, whether or not it's something I feel comfortable with later, I don't know. I just mentally want the facts. I want the information. So what I did was I didn't say no, because normally I would say no. I would say I need to research it. I need to look into it. The good thing is the doctor didn't give me a choice. She only said, I'm going to write this prescription. I'm going to send it to the pharmacy. If they do it, You'll be back in a month. If your insurance doesn't do it, you'll be back in 2 months. So I didn't have time to process things. And good thing I didn't, because I didn't allow myself to. I was driving home. By the time I was halfway here. This doctor's office is only like 15 minutes from me. So I was halfway home and I suddenly got 6 text messages in a row, all from my pharmacy, that my medications were ready. I did finally ADHD brain. I finally remembered to ask for a new rescue inhaler. So I got that. She did me a new refill on my vitamin D pill. Oh, my headache medicine and the rescue migraine medication. Oh, and then my my prophylactic asthma medication, and then this new medication that she wanted me to start. I intentionally did everything I could to not think. I did not think. The text messages came in. I was on the phone with my cousin. I kept myself mentally talking. I really wasn't thinking. I don't even remember what we talked about. And I just told her, I need you to keep me distracted. I need to go to the pharmacy. She was like, okay. I went straight to the pharmacy, picked up all the medications, didn't ask for a consultation, didn't ask, they asked me if I've taken all this medication before. I said, yes. I do not care. Just let me get out of this door. Came home. I sat on the couch. I took a moment. I took a deep breath. I pulled the medication out of the bag, and it was Mounjaro. Okay. So the lowest dose, the very first initial dose that you're going to have is a 2.5 milligram dose. I took it out of the bag. I opened said box, and I already knew what it was because I know the name. I recognize the name. I said, okay, you know what, Delila, you are not going to talk yourself out of this. I went straight to the bathroom. I got alcohol wipes. I went back to the living room, sat down on the couch, looked over really quick where to put the injections. I said, okay, I could do this myself. And as soon as I started pulling out the alcohol wipes, David walked through the door. He asked me what I was doing. I told him I need to take a shot. He knew I had to go to the doctor in the morning to take a shot, so I don't know if he thought that's what it was. But he asked me if I needed help. I told him no. As scared as I was to do it myself, I was even more scared to have him help me. Having him help me meant I had to prepare him for what he needed to do, which meant I had time to think. So I wiped off my stomach with the alcohol wipe, gave it a quick couple of moments for it to dry up a little bit, grabbed the pin. Okay, so you can tell that this one's been used. I don't know if the reflection is showing you or not, but hold on, let me see. Do you see this gray part right here? Do you see this gray part right here? That plunger, I know it's really hard to tell because the reflection. Okay, so that plunger means it's been used, which is the one that I took. But do you see how this one, it doesn't have that? It's like clear. You see that? You see how it's clear? And so these 3 have not been used. This one has, because you can see the gray plunger. So what you do is you remove this cap right here. You remove that cap. It is going to be on, well, you can't do it now, but it will be on the lock. So you make sure it's on the lock. And then you remove this gray cap. You clean off whatever part of your body you're going to inject it in. Then you place it against your skin. When obviously it doesn't have this gray part, so it sits against your skin. Then you move it to unlock. And then this purple plunger, it sticks out. It sticks out like that. So then you just press the purple plunger. You'll hear a click. And that's when the injection is beginning. And then a couple moments go by and you'll hear a second click. Some people might hear a really soft second click, but the loud second click is and you'll also see the gray plunger come down. Once the gray plunger is all the way down, then you know it's been completely injected. And then you move on with your life for a week, and in a week you'll take another one. These pens need to be kept in the refrigerator. If you're gonna go on vacation or something like that, they can be out of the refrigerator and kept, I don't remember what the temperature is. Up to 86 degrees if you are going on vacation. For 21 days. They can be kept basically at room temperature for up to 21 days before you have to toss that bad boy out. Okay, so I was over here like pooping my pants trying to figure out how I was gonna pay. But then that's my copay. $30 for a month's supply. Yeah, I'm gonna go put this back in the fridge. I'll be back. I have officially begun a GLP-1 regimen. I'll be taking my next dose on Wednesday. You take it once a week. After I took that dose, that's when all of the research began for me, because I said, I already started. I already did it. I don't have time to talk myself out of it. I already did it. Is this something I wanted to do? No. Is this something that I asked about? No. Is this something that intrigued me? Maybe a little, but not enough to ask questions. Like, I never considered it. I never asked about it. I never nothing. I just was doing what I was doing. Last week's video is not the video that I was going to post. The video that I posted last week is not the video that I was going to post. This is last week's weigh-in, 358.9. I usually weigh in is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but it just depends. But I finally broke my inability to move past that weight, and now I got to 357.4, 3.8 pounds down on my own prior to starting the Mounjaro, but that's 2 weeks. So the first week was like 1.5 pounds, I think, and the second week was like, the rest of that. I am keeping track in my cute little glittery notebook. I don't know if you could tell. It's pure glitter. It's so cute. I love it. But I'm keeping track of when I started. So I actually started Depo and Mounjaro on the exact same day, just hours apart. The problem is that they both have similar side effects. I didn't consider that. So I don't know if these side effects are from one or the other or a combination of the two. I'm not sure. But on Wednesday when I took it, it was fine. So you can see here, Wednesday I took it in at 3:30 p.m., 2.5 milligrams, the right side of my belly, and I pretty much just went to sleep. So the next day I was constipated and I had nausea. Friday I had diarrhea and was nauseated. Saturday, diarrhea, nauseated. Sunday, diarrhea, nauseated. Monday, just diarrhea. Have not been nauseated today. I have noticed that when I'm getting nauseated, it's at night. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what it's from. The little refrigerator, not the tiny, tiny ones, but the little refrigerators that are like for dorm rooms or whatever, hotels, that kind of stuff. We have one in our bedroom that we only keep drinks in. So David has really bad GERD, and it wakes him up in the middle of the night. And instead of him having to go to the kitchen and get a drink, we decided to put the refrigerator on his side of the room. It's on his side of the bed. So when he wakes up in the night and he's having tremendous pain, he can just open the fridge, take his medication, drink, have a drink. Sometimes the carbonation from like carbonated water or something will help him burp out the pain that he has. So we leave the fridge in the room. I know everybody's like, oh, that's such a fat thing to do, but it has nothing to do with that. There's no food in there. It's just drinks. Like we literally just have drinks in there. Well, now we have drinks and my Mounjaro because it needs to be refrigerated, and my kitchen refrigerator tends to freeze things. And the number one thing that it says is do not freeze. If it's been frozen, you got to toss them out. So the first dose size is 2.5 milligrams. So that's what I'm on right now. The next time I go to the doctor, I'm probably going to move up to the 5 milligrams, which is the next one. If you did it the way that you're supposed to take each dosage for an entire 4 weeks, which is a whole month, before you can move up to the next one. And if I did that, it would take 6 months to get to the final and highest doses, which is 15 milligrams. Now, if you go on to Ozempic, it stops much sooner than that. I don't remember what the highest dosage is for that one, but it definitely doesn't go up to 15 milligrams. So Ozempic or semaglutide begins at a quarter of a milligram, so 0.25 milligrams, and then you'll use that for 4 weeks, and then you'll go to 0.5 milligrams for 4 weeks, and then you'll go up to 1 milligram, then 2 milligrams, and okay, so 2 milligrams is the highest it goes. Again, I am not on this medication necessarily to lose weight. I am on this medication to control this new diabetic life, to help with the PCOS symptoms that they say it helps with. And if it helps with the weight, fabulous. I'm not here to tell anybody do something or don't do something. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm telling you what my journey is going to be like. And that's just it. Again, I could not allow myself time to process. I couldn't, because if I did, I wouldn't have done it. If I had known what it was, because I didn't know what it was until I saw until I got into the car and I saw, the pamphlets, and I was like, I wonder what it is. But I said, I'm not gonna find out. I just came home, got into like kind of zombie mode. Okay, don't think about it. So when I went into zombie mode, I was scared. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm scared now. I don't know that I want to do this, but I'm at the point where I no longer have choices. And truthfully, I'd rather do this than surgery, which is absolutely 100% permanent and I can't change it. So here we go. If this is something that you're struggling with too, starting medication or not starting medication, or just struggling to get out of a stall, baby, I feel you. I feel you. But I'm happy to do it together. I hope you guys have had an amazing week. As always, I want to give you digital hugs. I want to hear all about your week, your ups, your downs, your ins and your outs. I'm here to cheer you on. I'm here to cry with you. I'm here to be a shoulder to lean on. And I'll see you guys soon.